Good evening. This is the second attempt because we've been fighting with the computer. It is possessed by something and it keeps turning itself on when I don't want it to. And the reason I can say that and that you can hear me is because I'm using these amazing things called microphones. So it's tidying up the desk whilst I'm here. Now, on the non-live live stream, I said we were using two different microphones, which we were. We were using a little one on this side and a big one on this side, and we still are. We're using exactly the same setup, going through Zoom H4n. They are supposedly instrument microphones, and we'll just get the little one out. That's the little one, that's this side. This is an S980, and they're branded as Studio Spares. Don't actually know who makes them, but they are branded by Studio Spares as their own range. They are clearly a copy of somebody else's, but we don't know whose. We can guess. Multiply the price by 4. Multiply the price by 8. That's somewhere between the two. You should be able to find something very similar to this. The reviews on them are sparkling. I hope we're going to get to test this against the mighty organ fairly soon. I don't know when. And that will be their real test. But, you know, with regards to voice, I think they're quite good. I don't know if it does the deep bit. That's the little one. On the other side, we have something a little bit different. Yeah, if you compare the size of the cases. And we have one of these. I'll turn it that way around so you can see it. This is an S1005. Now, these two microphones come with very similar specifications. They are both, I can't remember now, I think it's 20 kilohertz down to 20 hertz frequency response, and it's pretty flat with a slight spike at around the 12-13 kilohertz mark. It's slightly spikier on this one than this one, which is this one over here, and I believe is the one that does the really deep voice. Not a lot you said about it. There's a bigger diaphragm on this. Both require 48 volt phantom power supply. Both will run quite happily off 24 volt phantom because I've tried it to conserve batteries when I didn't have a main adapter for the Zoom. This one is twice the size and twice the price of this one. So 25 quid each, about 50 quid each, about. I'm really impressed with both. And if anyone from Studio Spares sees this, you know, yeah, I'll promote your kit so long as it's good. Promise. I'm really impressed with these microphones. I particularly love the look of these. And, you know, for 50 quid, in its big box, we also get shock mount. What you don't get is any form of windscreen, but it'll bang. You know those things that look like old ladies' tights stretched across an embroidery frame? Yeah, they work really well. About 5-6 quid. Again, it's not Studio Spares' own brand, but I bought it at the same time as I bought the microphones. It's pretty spectacular, actually. It's the most effective windscreen I've come across. I don't know quite. Oh yes, I do know what that's for. Not a lot else I can say about them. The cables are also Studio Spares, and they were cheap. They were really very cheap, about half the price of the nearest competitor, and I'm impressed with them too. I did have something from Studio Spares I'm not quite so impressed with, but it's not their home brand. And that was these. These are Behringer headphones. They were 13 quid. Well, yeah, you know, well known for churning out good quality stuff at a cheap price, a bit like Studio Spares. They're crap. put it bluntly. They work, you can hear things through them, but I've got a pair of Sony headphones elsewhere, not in here unfortunately, and I think they're on the market for about 25 quid now. The sound quality is in a different world. What else do we get from Studio Spares? The brackety standy thing that you can't see because I've actually moved the camera, but you can see bits of in the last video. That was 24 quid. My one criticism of Studio Spares is if it's out of stock, you will get it eventually. The particular microphone stand, which is one of those clampy on angle poise things that the little microphone's on, I'd forgotten I'd ordered it until I got a reminder saying, "Oh yeah, they're coming into the country soon. You know, it'll be with you soon." And I had time to forget I'd ordered it before I got notification that they posted it and it arrived the next day. When it's in stock, it's delivered very quickly. It's about all I've got to say, really. These are two brilliant microphones. I'll get the little one out of its case again. S980 from Studio Spares. I remove the hair. I can't really, at the moment, I don't have a bad word to say about it. Once we get out of the stupid restrictions we're in, and I'm actually allowed to enter churches and play around, we'll give them a real hard testing and see just how good they really are. I'm looking for good things from these, and the same goes, of course, with this one, which is the S1005. It's a larger diaphragm. I suspect that the bass roll off at 20 Hertz won't be quite as pronounced. It won't be quite as steep as the little one. We will do several recordings with both pairs and see what they're really like and update you when we get them. And just to keep your appetites going, it reaches around and says, hopefully I pick up the right thing without dropping anything. That's my phone. I couldn't bother to turn it off or leave it anywhere else. There we are. This is a shield for an Arduino. It's a half-built shield for an Arduino. It's going to be a 4x4x4 LED cube. I've had this kit for years. It comes with no instructions. It came off eBay, I think it was eBay. Yeah, it was either eBay or what's it called, AliExpress. It was really cheap. It came with all the parts and absolutely no instructions on what the hell to do with them. Well, I've now found instructions on how to assemble it, and I've done all the soldering, and it will go that one onto the Arduino and the cube will be up there. And that's something I'm working on, so we'll have that flashing away in the background at some point. Everyone will say, oh, what's that? And then I'll talk about it. That's for the future. With the easing of restrictions, there is news on the ringing front. I am waiting for news about when we can get back to Hosanna, and I'm not hearing anything, but we might have to have a Moose News just to fill in the gaps. In the meantime, thanks for watching. eBay insists, not eBay, YouTube insists, I've sent me an email and they insist I say, you must like, share and subscribe to my videos. Oh, and ring the notification bell. I shall get a little bell to ring. No, I won't get that one out. I'll get that one out for another video, actually. Yeah, probably a bike video. In the meantime, do as YouTube tell me you have to do. Like, share and subscribe. And press the notification bell. And we'll see you all again soon.